Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Arakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great Muslim who taught us this truth. Peace and blessings of hopefully elect 144,000 men, pushing this truth and wholehearted sincerely across the four winds. It's the Akiai back with another lesson, and let's get right into it. You know, you often see in the Bible, especially in 1 Samuel or in the early scriptures, I often saw in the early books, the book of Samuel, the book of Judges, I'm not sure. In the book of Samuel, you see a lot, the Lord of hosts, okay? What does that mean? What does it mean to be the Lord of hosts? Okay, when you host, what is a host? Okay, so I got the Bible dictionary, and I looked it up. All right, the Lord of hosts. It says host, army. See army, God, names of God, Godhead, for, Yahweh, okay? And I don't know what that's both. I don't know this word. I have to look it up. But the point I wanted to bring is the Lord is the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, okay? So with that, let's get into this lesson. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai is his name. Verse 4. Pharaoh's chariots and his host and his armies, you see, his armies during the crossing of the Red Sea, and his host hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank to the bottom as a stone. Verse 6. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed in pieces the enemy. So, you see now who's the right hand of the Lord? Yahushai. Okay? But now the point I wanted to say is that the Lord is a man of war. Okay? And those are not Yahweh. That's not capitalized. It's Yahushai is a man of war. Yahushai is his name, So, and Yahweh, because he is, but anyways. So let's go to Psalms 18 and 24. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 18, and verse 24. Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness, according to the cleanness of my hands in his eyesight. Okay, so what I want to say is he is a man of war, but he's going to reward and he's going to recompense who? The righteous, okay? The righteous. The Lord is a man of war, but he's going to recompense the righteous according to the cleanliness of my hands and his eyesight, So they're going to be found cleanliness in the hands of certain, righteousness is going to be found on certain men, but not all men, And that precept, I guess I was putting that there to show that, yeah, the Lord is a man of war, but he's going to, he also does recompense. He does give revenge. Okay, so let me go to Psalms 46 and 7 to 9. I don't know why I have that one there. Let's just go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8. I gotta put this page back in right quick, Salakia. I don't want it to fall out. Okay. So Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8. There it is. Let's start at chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. So when you plant the seed, you know, it's a time, first you got to plant all of the seeds, and then what happens? The water waters it, the sunlight gives it, the Lord gives it the ability to grow, and then you come what? You harvest and you pick the plants. So the Lord is saying, to everything there is a season. There's a harvest season, then there's a rest season. There's a spring, summer, fall. To everything there's a season. To everything in this world there is a season. There's a cycle that it must go through. The animals have a season. The humans, supposed humans, well, the fleshly beings on the earth have seasons. Okay. So a time to be born and a time to die. Everybody must be born and everybody must die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to cry. A time to mourn and a time to dance. See, this is showing you that the Lord gives everything. He does everything in a balance. He has everything done in balance. Okay, but he is a man of war, all right? Hold on. Verse 5, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. So the Lord is commanding all of these things. He controls all of these things, man. So let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 22. And 35. Let's start at let's start at 28. Now let's start at 26. With the merciful, thou wilt show thyself merciful, and with the upright man, thou wilt show thyself upright. With the pure, thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward, thou wilt show thyself unsavory. And the afflicted people thou wilt save. You see what the Lord is saying? So the ones who he's going to render what you are, what you've been doing, he's going to give it back unto you. Okay? And the afflicted people thou wilt save, but thine eyes are upon the haughty, that thou mayest bring them down. Verse 29, a haughty, okay? For thou art my lamp, O Lord, and the Lord will lighten my darkness. You see? So he's lightened the darkness of the men in this world. You see? Taking them out of this darkness of being, not knowing who they are. All right? So he has mercy. He's merciful. For by thee I have run through a troop. By my power have I leaped over a wall. So the Lord gives these things unto men. That's what that shows. Okay? But the point that I'm showing, I want to bring up is, as for the Most High, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. You see, because there are people who don't trust in the Lord. There are people on this earth who have the spirit to just spiritually rebel against this truth, against what the Lord has commanded us to do, And even now, there are the children of Israel. That's one thing, because they have the spirit of the Lord. You ask any so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, majority of them, they're gonna say, yeah, they believe in God. You know, they're spiritual people. They may not. They may say they don't know what it is. I believe in some type of power over us, but I don't know what it is. That's what a lot of dudes say. You know. So we have that spiritual connection unto the Most High, but not. But he hid his face from us. You know. But when you talk to Esau, Adawam, the red man, the red Hebrew Edomite, you know, they have a total lack of empathy for spirituality. You know, they it's like they have no sensitivity towards spirituality in whatsoever manner. Like is there is no emotion towards it. Like when you do you believe in God? No. It's like it's nothing there, you know? But what I'm trying to prove is there are people who are going to trust in the Lord, and the men of the Lord who are going to endure to the end are going to trust in him, and they're going to be given these things right here. All right? This power, this protection. So the Lord is merciful, but he's also a man of war, so that he's a balance. Okay? So let me continue. 31. As for the Most High, his way is perfect. The word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. Verse 32. For who is the Most High, save the Lord? And who is a rock, save our power? The Most High is my strength and my power, and he maketh my way perfect. He maketh my hinds feet. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon my high places. Verse 35. This is the point that I wanted to bring out with all of that. He teaches my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken in my arms. So the Lord teacheth his hands to war because he's the creator of all things. But he gives men power. All right. So if he's the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, he's a man of war. He controls battles. He knows who's going to win and who's going to lose. You know, when you read the book of Judges, you see like how when they went, the book of Joshua, you know, they prayed to the Lord, and they always inquired if the Lord was going to allow them to win, if they were going to be delivered into the enemy's hands, or if the enemies were going to be delivered into their hands. So we had an understanding that the Lord controlled all things. We lost it over time. You know, let's go to Psalms 144. To Zawah. Psalms. Oh, where am I going here? There it is. Psalms. Where you at? There you go. Psalms 144. Psalms 144 and verse 1. Blessed be the Lord, my strength, which teacheth my fingers to war, and teacheth my hands to war, and my fingers to fight. You see? So the Lord is a man of war, and he does everything in balance. He has mercy. He's going to give people a recompense of to what the things that they have done unto the earth. You know, he's going to reward the pure and wholehearted ones who have come back into this truth and hearken unto this word and try to keep the commandments until the end. But he's going to also reward a judgment unto the wicked. Okay? He's going to reward a judgment unto the wicked. So let me get Jeremiah quick. You know, the classic 51 and 20. Jeremiah 51 and 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. You see? So the Lord's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is the Lord of hosts. He's the Lord of armies. And he has a specific army, the elect. And this army is going to be undefeatable. No army will be able to defeat this army, the Lord's army. Okay, let's get Jeremiah 16 and 16. These men are going to be perfect, just like Yahushai, and they're going to be undefeatable. But the point I want to bring out is that the Lord controls all things, and he controls war, and he deals with war. He deals with blood, gluts, and glory. If you understand what that means, to those who do, you understand. Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. You see? Why? For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. And I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled mine inheritance with carcasses of detestable and abominable things. You see? So let's just keep reading. Verse 19, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come and say unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, and vanity, and things therein where there is no profit. You see, because they're going to realize in the end who the true powerful beings on this earth are. They are going to see it. They're going to be awakened unto it. You understand? Because they're going to witness these men with such power that's coming like with the with Yahushua, man. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. They're not going to be able to confound it. To understand it. This is 1 Chronicles chapter 17 and verse 24. Let it even be established that thy name be magnified forever, saying, the Lord of hosts is the God of Israel, even a God to Israel. And let the house of David thy servant be established before thee. Let's read that one more time. Let it even be established that thy name be magnified forever, saying, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, of hosts, of armies, is the power of Israel, even the power to Israel. And let the house of David, thy servant, be established before thee. Yahweh Ratazada was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.